Hey guys, Josh from Gundamo here again with another MSIA review, and today we're reviewing the Gundam version 1.5 Deluxe Pack with the G-Armor parts. Now, don't confuse this with the Gundam version 2. Sometimes you'll see it up on eBay or other places marked Gundam version 2, and they won't be including this. But this is the Gundam version 1.5, and here's how you tell the difference. A lot of eBay sellers don't take a lot of pictures showing the different possibilities and poses. So, you might just have a picture like this. But the Gundam version 2 has a cockpit that opens. See the little Amuro in there? He's waving at you. Hi, Amuro. Hello. So you got that line there. That's something you can notice. And the Earth Federation symbol is very small on here, as opposed to here, and he has these little dots on his knee, or little orange things on his knee. This one's not. Those are the major differences. Also the waist will look like that. Anyways, so this is not the version 2. It's different. Version 1.5. And it's good and in its own way. Just the simple flexibility of the figure so far. Its arms stay on pretty good. It's got good flexibility there, elbow joint, even goes back a little bit. Hands, comes with 2 sets of hands. It's got the regular hand and the beam rifle hand. If it's 100% complete, it's going to have both sets of hands. The cockpit does not open, but it does come in half, and so you can see your little core fighter in there, which the Gundam version 2 can't do that. You might be sad if you break him in two. He's got the backpack boosters. They got a little flexibility. They're not the kind like on the version 1 that just come off real easy. They're actually in there. Oh, the hand turns too, and the arm turns too. The head turns around completely. The beam sabers come out. They fit in there. They stay in reasonably well, but not perfect. Legs can go that far back, that far forward. It's actually pretty good flexibility for this figure. Feet are on a ball joint. You can go back like that, which is nice. So on flexibility, this is a huge step up from the Gundam version 1. It's not as flexible as the version 2, but it's still very nice. Version 2 is really hard to get. It comes with 2 shields. This is partially to go with the different G-Armor modules. This might have to be a 2-part video, just possibly, because it might take so long, but we have 15 minutes, so we might get it all in. But you can put him on his arms, or you can put it in his hands. Both have, they should have both should have the arm thing, and both should have a handle thing. Sometimes, if you buy it used, you get it without those, so it's an important detail to watch out for. 1 beam rifle, which is just standard beam rifle. Comes with 1 bazooka right here. The bazooka can also fit in the back here, which is nice. If I can get it. There we go. And the shields can fit in the back as well. This little part will come off. See here. And our handle's kind of in the way, so we can remove the handle too. But there we go. Shield's on his back. That's probably how people end up losing these handles, though. So I don't necessarily recommend it unless you're really good at putting them back on. And so we have that. It comes with the beam javelin, which has a handle as well. And it comes with 2 beam sabers, which this particular one that I'm demonstrating does not have everything. He's missing his beam sabers. But it would come with 2 beam saber blades and 2 of these handles. So now let's get to the important part, the G-Armor parts. Now this is your basic. This is your basic right here. And just a second. There's a piece missing I want to add. The landing gear piece. This is your basic G-Armor parts thing right here. It's made of a harder plastic, so it tends to scrape up and things. You can find one that was well taken care of, by noticing right here how much paint scarring it has, you know, how much paint rub. This one actually must have come from a good home because it doesn't have a lot of paint rub on it. These parts not so much, but this hard stuff can get pretty scratched up. Now these can come off, and so you just got your G. I might mix up the names here, but either way you're going to see the different modes that it can make, so bear with me. If one person's corrected me already, there's no need to correct me a million times, please. But this one is probably the G Fighter, if I'm getting it right. And so, you know, it just flies, has these huge lasers. I mean, Sayla flies this and just makes history of DOMs. The G Armor parts aren't in the Gundam movie. They were actually opted out and replaced with fighter jets called G Fighter, I think. But, see, we have that. I think there's one called the G Sky. And so our Gundam comes in half here. And he goes in like this to make our different variable versions. And plugs in there, as you can see. And our core fighter now comes into play. Now this part right here turns. So there's little things, and you just turn that. There you go. And we have our G Sky, which isn't much to look at, but it's one of the things that you can make. There's another strange one that you can make. This one isn't even on the instructions. But if you match it up right, I'll turn it back, you can make a flying Gundam. And that's kind of fun. Now, we turn him back over, and it gets a little interesting at this point. But it has these little holes here to match up with those there. And so, we just kind of fit them together. There we go. And, nope, guess I didn't do it well enough. There. And so we have our two parts there. Right? Yes, I am. That goes there. Maybe it doesn't, but it fits. And then we would try and put the shields into his hands, which I prefer to use these hands for. And that could probably go, you know, a couple different ways. Probably like that or so. And so you would do that with both arms, and you have your, I'm not really sure what the full name is, you know. But you have it carrying the Gundam pretty much. Which, when it gets destroyed in the show by the Big Zom, the Gundam actually busts out and kills the Big Zom. Sliger Law is killed. Which is pretty cool. And so we... Okay, you just noticed a little skip. That's because the memory card ran full, and we had to make a memory dump. Anyways, so we were somewhere around here. This is the full version. The other arm would be holding on to the shield here. And we just have that huge jet right there. Like I said, that gets killed by the Big Zom. And so there's another version. And there's one other version that happens. And for that, we need to rip the poor guy apart. Again. And I showed you the G Sky earlier. Well, I do believe that's the G Sky. Pretty simple. And that's because the other half becomes the G Bull. And with the G Bull, it goes something like this. Which is kind of odd, really, I think. But, hey, whatever. It this is the part that confuses me, quite honestly, because there's only one hole here. And so that means the G-bolt either has to go, you know, like this, like this, or like this, which doesn't really work. It should probably go something like this. But, you know, what can you do? They did pretty good considering, you know, it's just a toy and all the stuff it already does do now. But the G-bolt carries a beam rifle. It's just really the Gundam's upper torso lodged in there. And it usually has the shields attached as well. It doesn't necessarily have to use the Gundam's beam rifle, but that's kind of how I remember it, at least today. So there we go. And to do the other one, get the other one going. There. And so now we have our G-bolt, which, like I said, probably would fit best like that. But that's not how it goes, because our little hook thing is right here, or not a hook, but our little spot is there. And so there's our G-bolt, for what it's worth. I might be doing the G-bolt wrong, could be doing it wrong, but you at least get the general idea. I've never got one of these new, so I really had to come up with the instructions by myself. What I would like to do someday is have my own website where we can sell Gundam spare parts and have, you know, copies of the instructions for all the MSIA. That is my dream, but I don't know much about website building and things like that, so maybe someday. Anyways, so this has been the review of the Gundam version 1.5 and the G-Armor parts, at least as best to my memory and from what I've been able to figure out. And hopefully that will give you guys, you know, at least a good start. Tells you what to look for. And if you'd like to get your own, we have this guy pretty regularly in our store, Gundams R Us. There's a link down below in the info area for our eBay store. It's called Gundams R Us, and we're your favorite arms dealer. And yeah, we're a great place to get MSIA and other Gundam accessories and things like that. And we get new stuff all the time. So why don't you check us out and subscribe for more reviews. Catch you guys later. Bye.